What's up, guys? It's Mike.
It's just me.
It's Jeff.
We talked about in a previous video about how Chinese people, Chinese kids especially, when they go home for New Year's, they get nagged at. Never changes, and one of the topics that the kids get nagged at a lot, probably a lot more than any other, is relationships.
Yep.
And in China, we all know there's a term actually given to girls who are older than 27. They're called leftover women. And so this is a huge thing in China. It's also like, I guess, a pride thing for the parents, right? If they feel like, oh yeah, I have no face to face my friends who their daughter's already married or their kid's already married. So what happens every year around this time is kids feel so much pressure from the parents. They go out and rent a boyfriend or girlfriend. And each year, this service just gets more and more convenient.
And I think it gets more and more expensive.
And more expensive, exactly. Yeah. So now there's an app. You can get an app for it. You can get an app and rent a boyfriend or girlfriend.
You can only do this in China, right?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, well, what other country would you need to do that?
I've never heard of this in America.
You know what other place well, not place, but I saw this in a movie. Mm-hmm. It's fictitious, but whatever. Like, what was that movie? Oh, Wedding Date, or something like that. And then this woman brings an escort to her sister's wedding, so she doesn't have to face her family. Isn't this just like escort service? Although they say nothing happens, because think about it, you're the boyfriend or girlfriend, you're spending the night together, right? Because you can't be like, hey, mom and dad,
I'm leaving.
She or he's gotta leave and go stay somewhere else. Yeah, that's not gonna fly in a Chinese family. They're gonna be like, nope, you gotta stay here. Especially if you're a girl providing this service, you're being paid to go with this random stranger to a place you don't know where they're taking you to meet people you don't know who you're actually meeting.
That is just scary.
And then you gotta spend the night with him.
And they said no touchy or anything, but
it's dangerous still.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't know. Some people
happen.
could utilize this to there's a lot of shady guys out there, shady girls out there as well. Like I don't know, if I'm a guy, obviously it's a little safer, but still I don't feel comfortable going with a random girl to some random place. And the service they provide is really funny, actually. Like, guys will be like, I'm really good at answering questions about marriage and stuff, and I'm really good at this. And the typical price ranges from like 500 to 1,500 yuan, which is like a couple $100. And then some couples are so desperate they would even pay up to $1,000 a day.
Oh, and it actually doubles during this time too.
Yeah, because it's so late.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys. $2,000 a day.
I could book a plane ticket to Australia.
Yeah, but would you do it? $2,000 a day?
No.
No.
Of course
$2,000. Okay, let me sweeten the pot a little bit. You know this guy is harmless.
I don't want to be caught with somebody that's really not my date.
I'm just not down to do this kind of service, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're essentially paid to be a liar.
No.
Right? Isn't that what the service is? You're paid to be a liar.
You can pay me as much as you want, and I would not do this.
Right, but the service is basically you're paying someone a lot of money to lie to your family. And a lot of stuff can go wrong with this. Like, first of all, what if they really like you? That's a problem, because then you break up and they're like, how come you always look for people who are not as good as that Jasmina girl?
How are you going to explain to your parents why you broke up?
Yeah.
She's not as good as Jasmina. What happened to Jasmina?
Oh.
Like, it's just like, it's never ending. There's no win to the situation. But yet people do it, and this is a growing service.
I guess people just think a job is a job. When you're desperate for money, then anything works.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this. Is there amounts that they could pay you to do this?
No.
No?
No.
I'll do it for $10,000.
Really?
You would?
A day?
Well, you're a guy.
$10,000 a day. Okay, I'm not down with the lying to the whole family thing. So morally, I would never do this. But let's put that aside. I'm just saying.
Put the moral aspect aside. How do you put that aside?
Okay. I'm just saying. I personally, I would not. But the idea of it.
All right.
Okay, I don't know. Like $1,000, $2,000. That's a lot of money. Like, you could, if it's like a week thing, that's like $10,000. That's in China. That's a lot of money. Assuming what I'm doing is completely harmless.
You may destroy the family eventually. Really, break it apart somehow.
Okay, well, I don't think that's gonna happen, but I don't
know.
I don't know. I think this is if I had no moral standard at all. Like if I'm like okay with just lying to a bunch of people,
Yeah.
this is a great job.
Perfect job.
This is a
Yeah,
great job.
I can see why people can go
And
for
you
this,
get
especially if you're
expenses.
poor.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of poor people in China. This is their best.
But why would they
option.
hire a poor person?
Well,
like
maybe
a really like
they
you know,
look good.
As long as you look good,
Okay.
honestly.
and you can talk really well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see that. And this is expenses covered. So this is like all expense. Anyway, this is if you're up to lying to people and pretending to be someone like maybe actors would love to do this. Actors or actresses. I mean that's their job anyway. They would love to do this.
They would be
$1,000 a
caught.
day.
I don't
How
think
would
they
they
would
get
want.
caught?
I don't know. People can just put it on the newspapers and say blah 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 is with this person, and
They're not
then they're
gonna.
gone.
Okay, they're not gonna do it. I know we talked about it before, but it's New Year's, and this is making news again. So there you go. Let us know if you would ever do this and if you would, how much would you charge? Thanks for watching. See ya.
Bye.